We'll open up then you gotta open the public hearing.
Yes, and open the public hearing, and whoever wants to go first, feel free to come sit at the table.
I will do that. I just want to say that I think the budget that I saw yesterday is the final budget. Is that what Bob had?
Yeah.
So I had I appreciate the changes that you made from what I originally had seen from the original cuts. And I had the opportunity to make changes that were more beneficial or less non-beneficial to our patrons. So I appreciate the changes that were made and that it's not as drastic as it originally was supposed to be. And, anytime, if, I know this is gonna happen in the future, and I appreciate the communication that I have the opportunity, here you need to make these cuts. All right, let's make them where it's gonna hurt the least. So that's all I want to say.
And I just think too, related to some of, because I know you had talked about perhaps needing like furniture or like one-time items maybe in the future. And like I would say, you don't have to save your money for those items. I would think about those more as like using, free cash that we usually have every year and things
Right.
like that, so.
Okay, I feel like part of this is my fault for not being more specific about what all the line items were for, but I'm glad that we were able to somehow get it to where it is now.
Yeah.
So, thank you.
Okay, no problem.
Okay, thank you.
I just got my numbers from Mike,
Okay,
Oh. Mr. Conley, you?
yeah, sure.
First, is it possible to get a copy of the budget that was voted?
Yeah, I think Mike is still working on it. If he doesn't have it ready tonight, I know it goes to the newspaper tomorrow morning.
Okay, so it'll be available
It
tomorrow?
will be available, I don't know, I don't think they put it in tomorrow, I think they put it in next week.
No,
It-
but I don't want to wait for the paper. I'd rather see the document that you voted.
Yeah, I think he should have it, but I'm not sure.
So
Is
he's the
this
per,
Is that the one we?
No,
voted the
because
other night?
remember we had to we voted it with like a couple changes.
Oh, so
like,
those changes weren't reflected here.
Do you want to get?
Not on paper.
yes, Mary Rose, let me finish the questions
Oh,
I
okay,
have about
sure.
first. I've got a random couple of questions about, is there money set aside in the budget for the school? In the sense of whether it's a final bond or it's a
We had a
ban?
bond meeting today.
They did, but, so it is going out to bond
The school,
Did
like the
this
school
morning.
for the
project.
school project? Yeah.
Yes.
So there will be money available. The reason I'm asking is they're gonna break ground informally as soon as schools close.
Yeah,
And when they start moving dirt, money starts flying.
yeah.
And the town needs to have the money available.
My question's coming up about the bonding, and I said that was today. Billy just said it. The sale was today.
There'll be money available as soon as they break
A
ground.
school issue.
Yeah, for the school building.
And that's like, I know that this is all like town money, but I think about that separate from the budget. Do you know what I mean?
Well,
Like
But
the-
it's gotta be in the budget.
yeah, it does have to be, you're right.
Yeah, but it's not like, yes, but that's
Where's
not
Michael gone?
in, what they did,
He's
voted on
printing
today
something.
isn't in what you'll see.
There's gotta be a line in there for either bands or.
There is the borrowing in there.
Right.
There's
Yes.
a borrowing article in here?
Yeah, there's borrowing, but that's not included in the 60,
I think if we're going to borrow,
whatever
It is.
million.
how many millions of dollars?
The-
It's gotta be in here.
140, but some of that's reimbursed.
40, but half of that's gonna be written
Oh.
back to us, but yes.
Okay,
Madam Chairman? Michael is printing the final, so it will have the bonding on it, so if everybody just wants to wait a few minutes, it'll be
Yeah.
in.
yeah. It might take me a few minutes.
I'm sorry?
I got a couple of other questions.
Oh,
borrowing, how much in unappropriated or unappropriated free cash is being carried forward?
How much free cash was available this year versus
For-
how much are we spending?
Certified free cash this year,
2.2 million.
and how much is being spent this year?
Can I have that one pager, Paul?
Here's
No.
here's the most updated on the last page. But then using some for the budget too. So that's
Yeah,
gonna be, that's
1.5 million, plus we put another probably
yeah, then
100,000 in the budget,
last-
because we had some like one-time costs that went into budget, so we used some free cash.
So there could be $1 million carried forward,
Less than a million,
but. more than-
500,000,
Pardon?
like 500,000
Okay. I'll be able to see that in there?
in the budget.
There's a line.
I don't know that that's in the budget, but
Well, certified free cash is a number.
Yes.
Expended free cash is appropriated in that budget.
I don't know that that's there in I don't know that there's a sum of appropriated free cash
There
anywhere
is,
in
in
the
the
budget.
list of revenues in that budget, there is.
Certified free cash is 2.2 million.
Okay.
In the budget, you'll see a line item in the available funds for free cash, a small, like I said, a small amount.
Oh, yes, that's right.
And then in the warrant articles, you'll see
That's where it's being
you'll
expended.
see what is being
Thank you, Mary
funded
Beth.
through free cash, so you could add it up and.
Mike,
I
Michael,
won't waste your time going through this.
I just went through this. I don't see any bonding for the school in this.
It's included in the principal and interest of the regular budget, principal and interest, so it's not a separate.
So we're not borrowing?
Yeah, we're bonding $7.5 million for the design that was spent the
Yeah,
past year.
okay.
And $20 million for the third of the construction, which will be used from now till June of
Okay.
2026.
So it doesn't need to be a
27.5.
warrant article because we're not going for a debt exclusion override. We're just fitting it into the
That was
budget.
already
already
done.
done.
Oh, it's already done.
So
Oh,
this
all
is
right,
just
so-
now adding it to the budget.
So-
And then the revenues are backed out as a debt exclusion
Okay.
revenue, so it's a neutral effect on the budget.
All right.
Um,
So the money's there for the budget, for the school.
What is the percentage being carried for COLAs for non-union personnel?
I don't know what they each are.
Wasn't it 2%, 3%?
I don't know where the school was,
No, for the non-union employees,
No.
oh, non-union,
town
okay.
hall employees,
This year was 2%.
it's 2%. Are the unions getting more than that?
It depends on which one, and, the fire, I don't have a contract yet.
Right.
We do try to, with COLA, we do try to follow what the majority of the unions are getting. Like last year we did 3%, some unions were getting 3, some unions were getting 2, so,
So this.
this year, I think the school's at 2.
Again, different unions, different
Yeah.
numbers, but they're getting
Yeah.
more than 2.
Yeah, who?
The school department.
This year,
This-
or was it last year?
I'm talking about this upcoming year, and the new contract that just got ratified, a 3-year contract.
Oh, for this
Total-
upcoming year,
Yes.
okay.
Okay, how about, and again, just round numbers, how many new positions, full-time equivalent positions in the municipal side? Or cuts? I'm just curious, net, what,
1, right?
2 technically, I think.
Well,
Well, not the union, or.
an inspector for the fire department,
okay?
and we funded the traffic clerk, not clerk, but the traffic enforcement person for downtown for 1 year out of free cash, just to see how it is,
No benefit,
how it works out.
yeah.
No benefits.
And then we funded an HR assistant.
Oh, that's right.
Kind
too.
of like
So-
partially for now, to see what kind of interest we would get, and if that would help out that department. So I think technically 2 full-time positions.
Okay, Just, what about, and I've been observing, hearing votes about personnel board meetings and looking for increases for a number of positions so that the town can hire, be more attractive to applicants for various administrative positions. I'm just curious if there's a round number of how much those increases are included in this budget. Is it, if it's 20 here and 30 there and 40, is it 100,000? Is it 200,000?
The only position that we increased as a result of feedback from the personnel board and the select board was the town administrator position for next year.
All right. There wasn't one for the HR director?
No,
No? Okay.
He's probably getting like a step increase and, like whatever he would normally get, but
Right, okay.
there wasn't like an increase in terms of like regrading or moving up more than that. The other position was the treasurer position that was talked about, but nothing increased on that for this budget.
Okay, but it was requested?
It wasn't requested formally,
Okay.
but it was brought up that the
Right.
select board feels, like it might be too low, but there is an interim person right now who's kind of doing a good job, so it was like, do we actually need more money, or can we just keep this person on?
Right.
there's, I recommended, I don't know if anybody listened to me, that the person who's presently doing it under contract is willing to continue to do it under contract at substantially less than what we have been paying. So that was my recommendation was to look at that.
Yeah.
But whatever happens with it, I don't know.
Okay, I guess that's all I have for now. Thank you.
Well, this is
Thank
your
you for-
last chance, Bill. This is, if you say for now.
No, town meeting, I have another chance.
Oh, yeah, I suppose, but we just won't answer you at town meeting.
Well, but the people that count will.
Madam Chairman,
Thank you, and thank you for all your work, too, all of you.
Madam Chairman, the question I had was on the position in the fire department for the permitting clerk. The clerk that they
The
were
police
going-
department?
Yes, in the fire department.
Oh, the fire department,
Yeah, that was raised from the 70 to the 85.
Yeah.
And I was just curious, that I know that some previous conversation was brought up that all last year at the 70,000, there was no interest within the department. And I know that there was talk of perhaps making that an outside the department position. And I was just wondering if that conversation ever went anywhere, that it doesn't seem that there isn't, any type of interest within the department. So you could possibly go another whole year and not find someone within the department that would want to take it at that position, at that price. So my understanding was the chief put it to the 125 because that would be able to accommodate someone that was giving up a position and the overtime.
Yeah.
So I'm just curious as to, it's just going to be trying to do it within the department again?
Well, how you try to do it, Mary, is up to you guys. It's not up to us.
Well, I mean,
We
I
just-
just didn't know what happened in the budget.
Well,
the
here's what
final-
happened in the budget. Matt and your subcommittee,
Ed,
Board of Selectmen Subcommittee advocated for that position.
No, that's not my question. My
Oh.
question is, I know that during some discussion, during the budget discussion between the two boards, it was brought up about the possibility of that being an outside position,
Yes.
posting it as an outside. That didn't go any further.
Well, that's not up to us, it's up to your board.
and in our, in the kind of last minute meeting we had, on that position, I think the feedback to the chief was that, he was gonna have to think about someone else to go in that position. It didn't have to be the deputy chief that kind of moves into that position. And then there was there was some research done on other towns and like what they were paying that position. And it was some other towns that were similar to Clinton, like Sterling, Air, were some of them that were listed. The salaries were around that 85 to 88K. So that's why we put it back in and increased the salary to 85.
All right,
So,
But to go outside to some other person that's not on the fire department, that was kind of turned down the other day.
okay.
Okay, they said they didn't know if anything was happening. I think they said they didn't know if that had taken place anywhere.
yeah, so I asked if there was like a consultant that they could have, or, you know, somebody, could we put a stipend in the budget and, current firefighters could take overtime to do some of the inspections, but the feedback was, number one, it's important, and there was another chief here. Number one, it's important to have kind of like one person focusing on it and doing it, instead of like, you pick up this hours, you pick up those hours. And number two, that, you know, it doesn't have to be whoever they want to put into that position, but there isn't a kind of like a consultant service that could just come in from outside and
I
do
mean,
it.
because I know through years and years and years, it's always been the department has helped in those inspections. So.
Yeah, other members of the department, yeah.
Correct,
Yeah.
correct. And I think to this day, there still is, that's how it's happening as well. But anyways, well, thank you. You answered my question. Thank you.
Now, I asked about that, and I was told that firefighters, they can do the simple inspections in the houses, like sprinkler systems and boilers. But the commercial properties has to be the chief or somebody else, somebody with more training. That's what we were told.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Anyone else before we close?
Well, instead of, oh yeah, it's been 10 minutes.
All right, motion to
I'll
adjourn,
make a motion that we adjourn.
Make a motion to close the public hearing.
and make
Okay.
second on both, all in favor of both?
Aye.
Aye.